I'm Josh McKoon, State Senator from District 29 in Columbus, Georgia. I have a brief announcement today. We introduced earlier this afternoon Senate Bill 391, which is a comprehensive ethics reform package. I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about why we feel that there's a strong need for this legislation, and then briefly go through the sort of bullet points of the bill, and then I'll be glad to take any questions. You can see here a map of the United States that clearly shows the areas in blue are states that have enacted some limit on gifts from lobbyists to members of their state legislatures. The states in red, South Dakota, Indiana, and Georgia, are states that effectively have no limitation whatsoever on lobbyists giving to legislators. The next slide I want you to see, since these reporting, sort of enhanced reporting, has been taking place where lobbyists giving to legislators has been tracked, we've got numbers from 2008 going to 2011. And you can see over a 3-year period that we've seen almost a $400,000 increase in the amount of money flowing through from lobbyists to members of the General Assembly. So it's clear that Georgia's out of line with the rest of the country in terms of not having any limitation. And the fact that we have no limitation is leading to really exponential growth in lobbyists giving to legislators. And why is that a problem? I think it's a problem because we have a crisis of confidence in our state in terms of what the public expects from the General Assembly. We have a huge gap in the trust between those that we are here to represent and those that are under the Gold Dome. And it really impacts every area of policy. We have a cloud, if you will, over everything we are doing. And until we stand up and say that we're going to have a bright line and we're going to establish some sort of limit on what can be given to legislators, I think that cloud is going to continue. And so as a first step towards restoring public confidence in members of the General Assembly, we have come forward with Senate Bill 391. Now, just a few quick facts on what Senate Bill 391 does. It ends unlimited giving from lobbyists to legislators by imposing a $100 cap on lobbyist expenditures on legislators. Now, there is a different cap for travel and related expenses associated with speaking engagements and conferences of $750. We're changing the name. Frankly, the name is confusing. People don't know what the agency does, so we came up with a name that we think reflects exactly what the commission is supposed to do, which is to hold all of us in office accountable. And so the name that we've proposed is the State Accountability Commission. We're creating PAC contribution and expense disclosure requirements. We're toughening those up. We're expanding lobbyist expenditure reporting requirements by including expenditures for family members of public employees. We're reducing the lobbyist registration fee. And why are we doing that? Because lots of grassroots, nonprofit folks that want to be able to lobby their legislature, $300 is a barrier to entry for them. And so we've cut it to $150. And we make up that difference by increasing the supplemental lobbyist registration fee from $10 to $50. So the lobbyists who are here every day lobbying for 10, 20, 30 clients are going to make up that difference. We increase the number of state employees subject to the revolving door ban to become lobbyists. Obviously, every member of the General Assembly, when they leave, there's a 12-month period that they cannot lobby the state of Georgia. That doesn't apply to employees of the governor's office or the lieutenant governor's office. And so we have expanded in Senate Bill 391 that revolving door statute to include them. And finally, we expand personal financial disclosure requirements to include heads of state agencies. I think this is an important first step to restoring public trust. I'm very pleased that we had 8 other state senators that were willing to sign on this legislation before we filed it earlier today. I think it sends a clear message that there is widespread support to move forward on a gift cap, because at the end of the day, if we're not willing to stand up and say that there is some limit to the largesse that is going to flow from lobbyists to members of the General Assembly, we can't expect the public to trust us. And so that's what we hope to accomplish through Senate Bill 391. I'll be glad at this time to take any questions.